Respect is the foundation of every meaningful relationship. Love may bring people together, but it is respect that keeps them together. Without respect, love turns into control, kindness turns into obligation, and promises lose their meaning. Respect is not about agreeing with someone all the time, but about valuing their feelings, opinions, and individuality. In a world where people often mistake love for possession, respect becomes the true measure of care. When you respect someone, you are telling them that their presence matters, their voice matters, and their existence has value. Think about it. How many relationships do you know that fell apart even when love was there? The truth is, love without respect is fragile. Love may say I want you, but respect says I value you, and that makes all the difference. In friendships, in family bonds, in romantic relationships, and even in professional life, respect is what makes connections unbreakable. Without respect, love becomes toxic, friendship becomes fake, and family bonds become heavy burdens. But with respect, everything flourishes. Respect is shown not in big promises, but in small actions. Listening when someone speaks, even if you disagree. Valuing their dreams, even if they are different from yours. Allowing them to be themselves without forcing them to change into someone else. Respect is giving freedom instead of control, trust instead of doubt, encouragement instead of criticism. When you respect someone, you don't just see them as they are, you see them as they can become. That is true love in action. Respect is not just about how we treat others, it also reflects how we treat ourselves. When you respect yourself, you set boundaries. You don't let others walk over you. You don't stay in toxic relationships where you are not valued. You don't beg for love where there is no respect. Self-respect is the starting point of every healthy connection, because if you don't respect yourself, you can't expect others to respect you either. The way you carry yourself, the way you speak, the way you handle your life, all of this teaches people how to treat you. In relationships, respect is more powerful than attraction. Looks will fade, feelings will change, but respect will hold everything together. Imagine a partner who listens to you when you're sad, who supports you when you fail, who stands by your side not because they have to, but because they respect you. That kind of relationship doesn't break easily. Respect makes love grow deeper with time. When there is respect, there is trust. You don't need to doubt, you don't need to control, you don't need to constantly question someone's loyalty. Respect creates freedom, and freedom strengthens bonds. Two people who respect each other are not afraid to grow individually, because they know their growth will only make the relationship stronger. But when respect is missing, insecurity grows, jealousy grows, and love slowly dies. Respect also means honesty. When you truly respect someone, you don't lie to them, you don't betray them, and you don't hide your true self. Respect allows transparency, because you know the other person values you enough to handle the truth. Lies destroy trust, but respect protects it. Think about the most successful relationships in the world, whether between partners, friends, or even leaders and followers. The common thread is not just love, but mutual respect. People stay loyal not because they are forced to, but because they feel valued. People fight for a relationship not because of comfort, but because of the deep sense of respect they hold for one another. Respect is not demanded, it is earned. You don't get respect by shouting, controlling, or forcing people. You earn it by the way you treat others, by the way you stand by your words, by the way you handle situations with maturity. Respect is silent, but it speaks louder than words. The truth is, respect is a gift. When you respect someone, you give them confidence, you give them security, you give them the strength to be themselves without fear. And when they feel respected, they give it back. This creates a cycle of love, trust, and loyalty that no outside force can break. Without respect, relationships turn into a battlefield. Words become weapons, silence becomes punishment, and every small fight becomes a war. But with respect, even disagreements become opportunities to understand each other better. You don't try to win the argument, you try to win the relationship. You don't try to dominate, you try to cooperate. That is the true power of respect. So if you want stronger relationships, focus less on saying I love you and more on showing I respect you. Say it through your actions, through your words, through your patience, and through your consistency. Respect is not built in one day, but in every moment you choose kindness over anger, listening over shouting, and support over judgment. Remember, respect is love in its highest form. Anyone can say they love you, but not everyone can show you respect. Choose relationships where you are respected. Give respect to those you love. And never forget, without respect, there is no love, no friendship, and no lasting connection. Respect is the real secret to happiness in relationships. And once you understand that, your life and your bonds will change forever.